Okay.
Hey, we're live. This is the Blam partnership presentation. Thank you all for attending here today. I'm super excited. I've got an introduction to make with my colleague Alex Melrose being here, our esteemed leader. Grant Stain is here, looking very Blam sporting today. I didn't wear my Blam gear today. I've got an international crowd in today as well, watching us live. And if you're watching this on the rerun, then we'll be dropping some links in the chat, but you can find the link in the description of the video below. This will probably be on YouTube. And while you're there, please have a look at all the other videos that we've got going on. My name is Edward van der Klein. I'm the International Sales Director here at Blam. Just a bit of housekeeping. To get the most out of the next 55 minutes, please remove all distractions. Ideally, watch this on a desktop or a laptop. Put your phone away. However, if it's your mum calling, then you can be excused. The reason I say that is because, and I mean this genuinely, the next 55 minutes could change your life forever. We're looking for people who want to make significant changes in their life. Okay, and we talk about three really fundamental secrets in business that if you want to survive and thrive in recessions, pandemics, it doesn't matter what, but if you want to create a lifestyle for yourself, if you want to create a lifestyle rather than just work to live, you can actually live to work, right? It's really, really important that I hit this home. Really focus on what Grant's got to say today, because to live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people just exist. That is all. And this was a quote from Oscar Wilde. So my goal for this training, is reveal to you, a business model that in ethical ways will achieve, the freedom to have time freedom, to have location freedom, and to have financial, security in your life. We want to show you that it's actually quite straightforward to launch, build, and scale this business. You can become a tech entrepreneur within 30 days, so that you can earn your freedom in a record time. And I say record time, it's still going to be hard work. It's going to be extremely hard work. It's probably the hardest work that you've ever done. But it's going to be in relatively short amount of time. 12 to 18 months, you can achieve, the income that you're looking for. Okay, so by the end of this training, you'll have a blueprint, and the secrets to success, and a simple and scalable business model. One of the most profitable and ethical businesses that I've ever seen. I've seen a lot. I've tried a lot. I've tried the whole pyramid thing. I've tried MLM. I tried affiliate marketing online. And there's loads of them. Scams, empty promises. The blind leading the blind. Both Grant and I have got many, many years of experience in business. And some of the stuff out there is just plain weird. It's just weird, completely weird. So all I ask is keep an open mind. At this moment in time, you don't have to trust me or Grant right now. I mean,
we are a little bit weird, Ed.
Yeah, we are weird. But it would be weird for you to expect, for us to expect you to trust us at this moment in time. We've kind of only just met. So take the next 55 minutes. Discover more, and then if you're then still interested after that, we can set up a one-to-one. And if not, hopefully it's been great. So I want you to see why Grant and I are more energized and excited than ever before about this business, and why we want the same for you. So sit tight. There'll be questions at the end. I'll be in the chat on the side, and I'm going to shut up now, so you can get on with it, Grant.
Can I do a presentation now, Ed?
I know. It seemed to be lasting forever, but I thought I just wanted to get it across, and I mean it, genuinely mean it. I want this for you guys. We're looking for highly motivated people. And so I'm just going to get off my soapbox now.
Thanks, mate. Welcome, guys. Welcome to everybody watching on the rerun. I'm Grant Stain. As Ed said, I'm CEO here. My job is to talk to you about running your own digital marketing business. And as Ed said, the goal really for this presentation, yes, we want to give you an introduction to Blam. We want to show you what we're all about, how we do things. But also, if Blam's not for you, I want to make sure that the next 55 minutes is going to be worthwhile to you and have value. So there's plenty of secrets that we're going to be showing you in this presentation that will help you if you're looking to do business in the digital marketing space. So without further ado, I'm just going to share my screen and hope, actually, because I've just had to restart my computer, I hope I'm going to share the right one. I've got a number of screens I'm surrounded by, but because I've restarted my machine, they all look the same. And I think I've shared the right one, but we'll find out in a minute. You see my cursor whizzing around?
Yeah.
You can. I think that's the right one then. It's good, isn't it? That was my plan. Here we go. Okay then. So yes. Welcome, guys.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Looking forward to presenting to you today, and as again to you guys that are watching on the rerun. Where were you? Where were you? It's much better live. Come on. What are you doing? Anyway, we're still here for you guys. There will be we'll be dropping some links in the chat. If you're watching on the rerun, there'll be some links below, because if at the end of this presentation you like what you hear, and typically it means that you kind of like the sound of what we're talking about, you can see yourself doing it and you'd like to find out more, then Ed is your man. He'll drop a link with a link to his diary where you can book an appointment with him. We call it a one-to-one, where we go in a deep dive and you can find out a lot more about Blam. But let's get cracking, guys, and let's first of all acknowledge that, do you know what, this presentation has changed quite a bit in the last sort of 18 months because the world has changed. And a lot of the time now when people come on these presentations, we've been going for 6 years now, guys, people are wondering how they can secure the future, because we've all been through a lot, haven't we, over the 18 months? A lot of people asking questions. They're going, what do I do to make sure that I don't get caught, by another pandemic or whatever else? I mean, anything's possible these days, isn't it? Well, digital is the only way. You've identified that already. You've identified that digital is a safe bet. And of course, what we've recognized throughout the pandemic is that the exponential growth in digital services has been beyond anything anybody could have predicted. The tools and services that we've been providing for years are now more relevant than they've ever been. And that's why we've seen significant growth in the last 18 months. We're one of those businesses that's done really, really well during the recession. And I say that with some sensitivity. It has been tough for a lot of people, for a lot of businesses. But I'm really proud to say that we've been able to help lots of business owners. We've been able to help lots of people, not only Blam partners, but their customers, because our products and services perfectly suited a lockdown scenario. Because now people like you, people like me, people like our parents, people like our children are using digital technology, phones and laptops and iPads and whatnot, to do loads more purchasing than they ever did, to actually order things, book appointments. It is now commonplace for the whole world to use this technology. And we saw a transition in the first 3 months of the first lockdown worldwide, of actually migrating 10 years into the future. Statistically, that was the number that came back in terms of the use of digital technology, 10 years into the future, because we didn't have a choice. If we didn't learn how to do a Zoom or a Google Meet or a Microsoft Teams, we pretty much didn't have a business if you were in a service industry. And when it came to products and services, you had to be able to sell them online. So we were really, really lucky to be in a position where we could pivot. And that's why Blam Partners are now leading the way, because the technology that we leverage is leading, the industry. It's cutting edge. But it's not just because of that we were able to do such good business during the recession. And, I interviewed a partner on Friday, that we did an event on Friday that's seen a 200% increase in turnover since the beginning of lockdown. Why is that? There's been plenty of digital agencies, I'll also point out, that had a downturn like everybody else, because their customers were concerned, like the same way as anybody else was. They stopped spending. They furloughed their staff. The digital agencies, some of them even went out of business. And yet Blam as a business accelerated, expanded, and we saw 200% increase in profits over the lockdown period. Why do you think that is, guys? Well, that's what I want to show you about, because you can learn stuff from this. You can learn, doesn't matter what business you're in. I hope that this next section will be able to teach you what I learned a long time ago, actually. And let me tell you a little story about that, because I set up my first business in 2001, and there I am looking all smug and content with my digital marketing agency. I set that up in 2001. That was about 2007, and from the outset, looked like I was doing all right, didn't it? I've got my flash car, my fancy offices. That was my business behind. Car was all stickered up with my business.
You look about 15, by the way.
I do look about 15 there. Well, I'm still only 30, mate. So, if only. Do you know what I did realise? I had to fill out a form today. I've been in business, doing digital marketing and marketing in general for 30 years now. 30 years I've been doing this. So back then I was still a baby when I was running that agency. But what I want to tell you about that business, guys, is how I actually operated, because the way I ran that business, which did well, don't get me wrong, I had a fantastic lifestyle. It was a growing business. That was about 2007, as I said. Let me show you how I ran this business, because this is how most digital marketing agencies still run. Now, if you're based in the UK, you'll recognize Halfords as the largest automotive and bicycle retailer. I'm sure no matter where you are in the world, you'll recognize people like Gap and Vodafone and some of the others. These were my businesses. I had a few large blue chip clients that I serviced, and the way the business model worked was that I would get wind of a business that was a bit of business that was coming up, that might be website development, or some sort of system design, or email marketing campaign, digital photography, whatever it might be. I would quote for it. I'd win the job, hopefully, pick up the brief, give my team the brief. They would produce the work, and then I would deliver the work and invoice it. And usually 30 to 60 days later, I'd get paid. So I had to keep getting work in. The work had to keep coming in. It was one job after the next. It's the way most digital agencies work now. It's the way everybody's expected to work. Big mistake, guys. I found it to be a big mistake. All my eggs were in one basket. Is it a metaphor that rang true for me? Because in 2008, there was a big old recession. Who remembers the 2008 recession? I wonder whether any of you are carrying scars from that recession, because I'll tell you what, guys, I certainly am. I still remember that recession, and it pains me to think about it, because my business model meant that during a recession, just like any recession, like the one we've just been through, my customers decided to hunker down, to cut their budgets, to stop paying Grant. We spend quite a lot of money with Grant. We could do with keeping that in the bank, and we'll hang on to our marketing budget until we find out what's going on. We'll wait and see, because we'd better keep hold of our cash, because the newspapers keep telling us that the banks are going bust and the property industry's spiraling into oblivion. And all this kind of stuff, this fear, caused my customers to reduce their spend with me. And I needed their money to keep my overheads paid, to build my business. So I went from scaling my business to steadily growing, to then becoming a business that was actually really struggling. I went through hell, guys, I've got to tell you. I had to downsize massively. I had to sell my fancy car, and my offices, became empty because I had to make my staff redundant. I couldn't go on holiday, and I didn't pay myself. And I've got to tell you guys, the most painful part of it was sitting across the boardroom table, letting my staff know, who were like my best friends. I used to socialize with them and work with them, and make them redundant because I couldn't afford to pay them. That was tough, guys, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I just about hung on to that business, but it was by my fingernails. It really was. And as I was kind of looking around at the devastation that had been caused to my life and my lifestyle, let me tell you what I found out, guys, and this is stuff we all know, but do we really pay attention to it? There have been 34 recessions since 1854. 34 recessions. We're in the 34th now, we're in kind of this double dip recession. Guess what, guys? Although it's been caused by a pandemic, it had been predicted. The recession was on its way because this is what the economy does. It goes down and up, it has ups and downs. And so if you've got a business model like I had, that when a recession comes along, you really start to struggle, how can you have any security? How can you really, bank on anything? Just like if you've got a job for a business that's got, a job that is affected by the recessions, and how many people's businesses were affected by a recession, this one which we're just been through now. You're just as likely to lose your job as you are your business. Recessions kill businesses. But guess what? They're predictable. We can see them coming. And I said to myself, I'm not going through this again. I'm an entrepreneur through and through. I'm always going to be in business. There's no way I'm not going to be running my own business. But there's no way I want to go through that again. There's no way I want to go through that again. So I looked and I paid attention. And guess what I noticed, guys, in that last recession? Successful businesses expanded in the recession, not contracted. I had one client that came to me, one client, and he ran a business that he'd been running for years. And he said, Grant, we're going into this recession now. I want to double my marketing spend with you. Double it. Can you believe that? And I was shocked. I said, Martin, wow, that is fantastic news. His business probably was the thing that stopped me going under. And I said, that's really great news, but why are you doing that? Everybody else is pulling their budgets. He said, Grant, I've been in business a long time and I've been through recessions before. And let me tell you what's going to happen during this recession. My competition, they're going to cut their budgets. They're going to stop spending on their marketing. They're going to hunker down. They're going to try and make it through. Some of them will, some of them won't. In the meantime, I'm going to advertise like hell, spend loads on marketing, and I'm going to mop up all their customers. And when we come out of recession, I'm going to be the one with all the customers. And that is exactly what he did, guys. Never forget it. Within about 2 to 3 years after that recession, he retired a very wealthy man. He expanded in a recession. Guess what, guys? That's what we've just done. That is what we've just done. So back then, as a result of that recession, completely changed our business model. Because I wanted to be one of those businesses that when a recession came, I rubbed my hands together and go, bring it on, bring it on. And I built a business that was a completely different business model by, instead of going from one job to the next, pitching for work, waiting for the invoice to come be paid and then fighting for the next job, I wanted a job where I got paid every single month. And instead of asking for lots of money off big businesses, one job at a time, I had hundreds of customers that were all small businesses that just paid me a small amount of money every month. And I built that business selling mobile apps. Mobile apps, way back when mobile apps were brand new in the market. This was 2010. I did this, set up one of the first app development businesses in the UK. And I've got to tell you, it was an absolute blast. That picture sort of tells a bit of a story. We had some fun with that business. And it completely changed the way I looked at business, because I realized that this was the way forward. I wanted that residual income from lots of customers, and I absolutely loved it, guys, I've got to tell you. And as a result of that, it gave me the opportunity. As I built that business, it became a franchise, and it went international, and I did well out of that business, and it allowed me to stretch my entrepreneurial legs a bit. And whilst that business was building, I went off and did a few other things in business. Became a bit of a serial entrepreneur, truth be told. I had many different businesses, from recruitment agencies through to breweries, and everything in between. The supercar business is a good example of a business that I had, where we had a bunch of supercars that we took to a track. And then we invited people to come and drive the supercar next to a qualified instructor. They'd do 3 laps in a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a McLaren, whatever was their choice. And we would charge them for that. And if you see the queue of people in the background, I used the same principle with this as well. We worked on volume, 250 people a day. We used to get turned up to a racetrack, and we operated in 3 different countries. And it was a great business. I sold that business 5 years ago now, because I really wanted to focus on my baby, the thing that I absolutely love, that had been building nicely in the background, and that was my marketing agency, because I realized that small businesses needed help. And the more apps I sold to them, the more I began to realize that, wow, if I could just give them more of the tech, that can help businesses be successful online, I could do some brilliant business. I could help so many more people achieve their goals when it comes to their business and their dreams. And so at the time though, guys, it was difficult to be able to produce a website, which is where marketing starts. A website starts, the foundation is a website. It was difficult to produce one with all the tech that I wanted to put in it, that we were putting in the big business websites for an amount of money that a small business could afford. So I said to my team, come on guys, we can do this. If we can build a website with the tech that we put into the big businesses for a small business, we can sell as many websites as we have apps. We sold hundreds of apps. This could be an absolute boom for the business. It could be a game changer. And of course, they said, you can't do it, Grant. It's going to take too long. We won't be able to make money because it won't be able to charge the right money. Blah, 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 And I said, get on with it. Let's do it. Come on, guys. We can do this. It wasn't quite that bad with them, but they listened up. I knew there was an opportunity, guys. I really did. And it was a November night. I'll never forget it, because it was tipping it down outside, and Carl, my lead developer, was working late, and he said, Grant, just as I was leaving, come and have a look at this. And I went and sat next to him, and he brought up a website, and he said, we can produce these websites at an affordable price for a small business. Look what it can do. And it blew me away, absolutely blew me away, because really, that was my epiphany moment. That was the moment I thought, this is my future. This is what I want to do. And that moment, I call it the start of the AI website revolution, because what he showed me was what we now come to know as artificial intelligence in a very simple form, in a form that is very easy to understand. It's not going to confuse a small business owner, because it sounds quite techy, doesn't it? AI. But for us, this is the foundation of what Blam Partners do. But there's also a really important business principle that I want to explain to you about the AI website, because whether you become a Blam partner or not, there's a principle here that I can share that's going to be really helpful to you, I hope. Because an AI website, I don't know whether you guys have heard of an AI website before. Most people haven't. Is what we call a blue ocean strategy. And Blue Ocean Thinking is a really cool book that I recommend you take a look at, that talks about when you've got a product or a service that is in a category of its own, and an AI website is in a category of its own, you're not competing on price with the competition. You're not actually competing with the competition at all, because you're in your own segment. You've created your own blue ocean, which means that you're a shark in a blue ocean. All the fish are yours. The red ocean strategy is where everybody's fighting over the same fish. All the sharks are in the same ocean. And that's where really the only thing you've got to fight with is service and price. That's all you've really got, because products are going to sound the same. If you say you're a website developer, as far as the customer's concerned, you're a website developer and you're in the same category as all the other website developers and all the other marketing consultants and all that kind of stuff. If you're an AI website guy, an AI website developer, you're in a category of one. And that gives you a strong marketing advantage, a strong competitive advantage against all the other people out there. And that's what we teach our Blam partners to understand, because that blue ocean strategy helps you get more sales. It helps you get attention, helps you stand out from the crowd. So with that in mind, guys, I want to tell you a bit about an AI website, because this is our foundational product. It's the thing that helps us make more of a difference to our customers. And we're pretty in love with our websites, I've got to tell you, because they do such an awesome job. I'm just going to scratch the surface with what I tell you about now. But if you want to find out more, Ed's link will probably be in the chat by now. Book in with him as soon as you can to get on the appointment, because if you click on the link, it will take you to his calendar and you can book in and he'll give you a deep dive. But let me just give you a quick overview, guys. First thing an AI website does is track the number of visits a visitor has made to that website. And what that means is that we can deliver a unique message based on those number of visits. So if you're a first-time visitor to a Blam website, an AI website will say, welcome, you're a first-time visitor, right? Why not check out our latest deal, our video from our CEO? Why not book an appointment? By acknowledging that they're a first-time visitor, we get more what we call engagement. They're more likely to hang around. which means that a website with an AI trigger for number of visits is going to be more effective for our clients. It's going to make them more money. Important stuff to any business. And we can do this with a simple trigger. We can also recognize a second time visitor or a third time visitor. Welcome back. Do you want to book an appointment with one of our salespeople? Do you want to book a table? Do you want to come and have a coffee and a chat? These are the kind of things, messages that we can use. And it's all done for you because every Blam website is built by our team, and our partners don't need to worry about a thing when it comes to the tech. They just need to understand how it can help their customers. Now, this is probably my favorite feature, mainly because I'm a sucker for some graphics, and I know that these really do get results because what we've got is what we call themes around a calendar. Now, when you've got animation that is pertinent to a season like snow at Christmas or at winter time, or it might be fireworks at New Year's or for a celebration like Thanksgiving or Diwali, or it might be that you've got leprechauns for St. Patrick's Day, or leaves for autumn, or pumpkins for Halloween. You get the idea. This animation will be triggered by a calendar point that's pre-populated in the website, meaning that the user, the visitor, will get an experience that shows to them that this website is really, really on the ball. It's really poignant, and it's dictated by the time of year. Now that gets engagement because, let's face it, guys, how often do you see a website that's got animation on like this for a small business? Well, I'll tell you, it's not very often, unless it's one of our sites, because most developers charge a lot of money for this sort of stuff. This is built into every single website that we deliver. Really, really important. And our team take care of all the tech. All our partners need to do is send in the brief saying, can we have a Valentine's trigger for the week leading up to Valentine's Day? And it will happen. Also, you'll notice that we've got other things like, that was during the Black Friday. We can have messages that completely change the way the website looks based around a calendar. It could be an out of our office thing. It could say, you know, we're closed right now, but fill out the form and somebody will phone you back in the morning. Those are the kind of things that trigger action. We call them calls to action, and our websites deliver, because really, let's face it, a website's job is to get people to take action. We want them to hang around longer, so they'll fill out a form, make a phone call, or download something from the website, or buy something. That's what we want them to do. And AI will make them do that more often. And that is really key, because how much more money is that going to make our clients? And therefore, they're happy to keep paying us because they're making more money. So this is another really cool one, because it reminds me of when we were in South Africa last, which seems like a long time ago, because it was before lockdown. We do a lot of traveling, guys. We like to go out and visit our partners. We've got partners all over the world. And what we do is we run events in different countries. We've just run our first live event here in the UK. Our office is here in Birmingham in the Midlands in the UK. We did that on Friday, 3-hour boot camp for our partners, customers, and anybody else that the partner wanted to invite. Went really, really well, really pleased with it. But prior to lockdowns, we were doing this abroad, and we did it in Sandton, which is in South Africa. And so what we did, we got something called geolocation. We got our website to change. If anybody was in the area locally, they would see, and they went onto our website, they would see we're running a seminar, and we would invite them to it. Now, if they were outside of the area, they'd just see the normal website. We call this geolocation. Works really well for local businesses. So, you know, maybe you've got a restaurant and you want to say, hey, you're local, come and take advantage of our 2-to-1 offer this lunchtime. Or it might be, you know, download our app and book your takeaway this evening. Local businesses want to appear to local people. Over 50% of search, you know, is localized. It's people looking for local things. So geolocation is really, really important. And you'll notice, guys, that when I'm showing you these examples, our websites obviously always respond to whether it's a desktop, a tablet, or a mobile. We call them responsive websites. You can make them do all sorts of different things on different devices. But the main thing that we do, and we highly recommend, it's the last bit of AI I'm going to tell you about, is we trigger a call to action if somebody's on a mobile to make a phone call. Really simple idea, but it works so well, because if you're on a mobile and you're looking at somebody's website, chances are phoning them would be a good idea because you're trying to find out something. So we have a trigger that says call us now. One button, they make a dial. The brilliant thing about this is when the customers get their stats, which are sent through to them every week via email, really easy to understand, not difficult Google Analytics. These are Blam website stats that are really simple to understand. They get to see how many people have actually dialed that number. They get to see how many people have visited the website, how many people responded to these AI triggers, meaning that we can justify really easily the value that we are providing, which is really, really key. So I'm not going to nerd out any further because Ed tells me off when I get into too much detail. Ed is going to be the one to tell you more about this when you book a one-to-one with him. So click on that link and he'll tell you more, because what I want to tell you about is my 3 favorite letters. Does anybody know what MRR stands for?
Oh, thank goodness for that. Thankfully, we've got some exciting stuff coming up now.
You're getting bored.
No, also
Yeah,
MRR.
What do we think, guys? What does MRR stand for?
Maximum rock and roll, baby.
Multiple Rolls Royces, that's the result of MRR, but what does it really stand for? If you want to pop it in the chat, guys, I'd love to know. We do take comedy answers, by the way. We're happy with those. Not a problem. But listen, let me put you out your misery, guys. Monthly recurring revenue, our 3 favorite words, our 3 favorite letters, because do you know what, guys? This is the difference between having a recession-proof business and one that goes down the toilet every time the recession cycle kicks in. If I'd have had monthly recurring revenue, the previous recession, wow, my business would just have been, it took me too long to figure this out. What I'm telling you right now is business gold. I promise you, it's business gold. If you take nothing else away from this presentation, build a monthly recurring revenue model. It will save your business. It will save your business. It's the way that we operate. I'm going to explain that to you in a bit more detail a bit later. But getting paid monthly instead of, a big lump sum and then next to nothing is the way of building a recession-proof business, a business that you can sell for a lot more money, that can basically put you into semi-retirement and you can still get paid. Monthly recurring revenue is the key. That is our goal for all of our Blam partners, is to build them a business using monthly recurring revenue so they've got a proper business. MRR, guys, is the difference between having a business and a job pretending to be a business. There are so many people out there, entrepreneurs, who think they've got a business, but all they've really got is a job pretending to be a business, because they have not got monthly recurring revenue. If they stop working, they've got no business. We want to show you how you can beat that trap and become a proper entrepreneur. And we're going to show you other things as well. There's other things about Blam Business that are different. So the way that we actually operate when it comes to selling a website or an app is we say no upfront design fee. Completely counterintuitive to a lot of the way a lot of design agencies work. We do this because MRR is what we're focused on. MRR, the design fee, short-term gratification. MRR, long-term solid business model. Okay, so, and the design fee is a barrier to entry. MRR, long-term security. That's what we really want. So we do that as well by saying to all of our customers, you join Blam, you become a Blam customer, you have a Blam website, no contract, you can cancel anytime. So imagine that as a pitch, guys. You've got a business selling websites, apps, social media, etc. And you're saying to your customers, we're not going to charge you a design fee. It's a straightforward monthly cost. And if you want to cancel anytime, no problem at all. Why do you think we would do that, guys? Well, it's quite simple. We make more sales that way. And because those sales are MRR, monthly recurring revenue, your revenue builds, and it keeps on coming. Because if we take care of the fulfillment, we take care of the product, we make sure it's always leading market edge, cutting edge stuff, They'll just keep paying. And that's what we've proven with our business model. And this is how we teach our partners. Now, we'd like to tell you more about this. We can elaborate more. We can show you what the numbers look like on that deep dive. But if I'm being brutally honest, guys, and I do like to be brutally honest, because on Friday we just ran our Blam Brutal Business Bootcamp. We tell you exactly how it is. We don't sugarcoat it. We're not here trying to sell you the dream and tell you, come and join Blam. It's going to be really,
Shall I share the link?
Yeah, share the link, guys. Yeah, share the link, Ed. Show them the link. We've got, it's still live at the moment. You can watch that event. It was exclusive to Blam Partners at the time, and Blam Partners invited. But have a look at the link. It was an awesome event. I'll tell you a bit more about it at the end. But MRR is the key. But it's not easy to gain that MRR because you need a sales process. So let me ask you this. Does this look like a salesperson to you? It's a great picture, isn't it? It is a great picture. I chose that picture with care. Let me tell you why, guys. That's what I used to think a salesperson looked like. That's what I used to think of. And as a result of that, the business that I had, I wasn't selling. I wasn't selling. I had salespeople working for me because I didn't want to think I was that guy. I had a negative relationship with selling, and for too long, and it held me back, guys. It really held me back because I found out this universal truth. And please write this down. If you are in business, you are in sales. Absolutely guarantee you that is a fact. That is a fact. And if you're not, you haven't got a proper business, guys, and you will always be holding yourself back. Let me explain why. When I was first told this truth, I didn't believe it, and I argued. I'd been running a business for a long time when I heard this, and I thought I had a bit of a clue as to what was going on. And my mentor, who wasn't my mentor when he first said this to me, said, if you're in business, you're in sales. I said, no, I'm not. And he said, okay, then what are you then? I said, I'm the managing director. You know, I've got salespeople that work for me. He said, okay, well, who's your business guru? And at the time, it was Steve Jobs. He was still alive at the time. He was still doing his keynote speeches. I said, Steve Jobs, my hero. You know, he's not in sales. He's the leader, you know, the CEO. He goes, okay. So when Steve Jobs gets on stage and presents one of his keynote speeches, what happens the next day? Well, normally what happens is there are queues outside the Apple shop. They're intense, waiting to buy the product that he's just launched. And yet you don't think he's in sales. I thought, okay. Truth is, he was the best on-stage salesperson probably there's ever been. He's built now what is the biggest company in the world off the back of doing those keynote, those presentations that encouraged me. I'm surrounded by Apple products here. I bought everything he ever talked about, and I hadn't quite figured out he was an awesome sales guy. Guess why, guys? Because if you don't sound, look, smell, or taste like a salesperson, and I mean every one of those because it gets right under your skin, then you'll follow a proven system, you don't deviate, you will get results. Steve Jobs had a system, they've written books about it. You didn't notice you were being sold to. And that's what we teach Blam Partners. We teach Blam Partners how to sell using tried and tested, proven system so that you don't have to be like that guy in the picture, so that you actually will be more of a valued consultant, that you can actually provide massive, massive value to your customers and to your prospects, and you won't feel like a salesperson. You'll feel like a trusted consultant. Really, really important. Please write that one down. MRR, that's the one we're aiming for. That's the goal. To get there, you need a system, okay? If you don't join Blam, please pay attention to what I've just said, because we can give you a system at Blam, and we'll motivate the hell out of you to actually apply that system. But if you don't join Blam, please study sales, understand it, because if you want to run a business that's going to scale, you learn it first so that when you're teaching others and you really want to kick on, you can lead by example. You can show them what to do. You'll know when you're getting it wrong, because that's kind of what I do now, guys. Absolutely love it. Love this job. Got the best job in the world. Been doing it for over 6 years now, the Blam Partnership Program. Having run digital agencies prior to that, 14 years prior to that, I've been running digital agencies. There's not a fat lot we don't know about selling websites and apps here. And we just over deliver when it comes to helping partners, because that is our goal, is to help partners replicate what we already know works. And that is our mission. I'm going to tell you a bit more about our mission because we're really, really passionate about it. But, you know, myself and Ed, we're the main guys that you will be talking to should you want to come on this journey with us further. We'd love to tell you more. And to do that, I want to sort of tell you a bit more about Blam and the problem that we solve. In fact, it doesn't matter what digital, whether you're in digital marketing or not. If you want to serve the same audience as us, you've got to figure out what the problem is that we solve. And our target audience are small to medium-sized enterprises. When it comes to digital marketing, guys, I guarantee they've all got the same problem. They haven't got the time because they don't understand it, haven't got the knowledge and skills, and they're worried about spending money in the wrong places. Loads of people asking them for money, you know, do this, do that. And they're scared, they're worried, they don't know how to do it, and they haven't got the time because it's complicated, guys. And who can blame them? The digital marketing revolution is so fast-paced. Guess what, guys? That acceleration that we saw, you know, was already going really fast before the 3 months at the beginning of lockdown when we accelerate 10 years into the future. It was already going fast before that. Now it's off the charts, always changing, now more important than ever. That's why we take care of all the actual delivery. We take care of all that motivation and education so that our Blam partners can focus on growing a business. And this comes back to our mission that we're extremely passionate about. Every member of the Blam team knows what our mission is. This is why we get up in the morning, and it's what we deliver. And our mission statement is to coach our Blam partners to achieve sustainable success so that Blam websites can help thousands of entrepreneurs around the globe. Because every time we make a sale, guys, we know we've done a good thing because our websites are absolutely freaking awesome. They really are. We know that, and I can say that with confidence because from experience, I know what the competition are doing. So that's why we're on this mission. We know that with partners like you guys, we can expand globally and get as many small business owners as possible using our stuff, which gets results for them. And the reason we're so motivated by this is because of the way that we've got confidence in what we deliver, and that starts first and foremost with our products. We call these our 3 whys, guys. Really important to have, a why behind your business so you understand what it is. And the thing that drives us is the AI websites first and foremost. Now, Ed's going to nerd out more than me on this when he goes in the deep dive, although it's probably a bit more entertaining. The future-proof system is really key. The reason we get a monthly recurring revenue is because the websites are always up to date. We had over 60 updates to our system last year. We just keep them coming. Always cutting edge system. Drag and drop editor. People like to manage their own stuff. By the way, guys, we'll update everything. Our team take care of everything, so they don't have to update it themselves. But for some people, that's a selling point and they love it. Full support. We do all the tech support. So our Blam partners don't need to be techie. We take care of everything. Everything's managed through a dashboard, meaning our partners can see all their live sites and everything that's going on within them, as well as we use Amazon Web Servers for our security, for our servers, because they're super secure and everything comes with what we call an SSL certificate, meaning basically everything's wrapped up with a bow on it. There's loads more. Ed's going to tell you more. He'll tell me off if I say anything else because he'll show you this on the platform. But let me tell you about our other products because we're really deeply passionate about apps as well. As you know, I talked to you about my story. You know, I was one of the first app developers in the UK. We sold hundreds of apps. We know exactly how to sell them, how to get results, and why they're so important now more than ever. But better than that, monthly recurring revenue for you if you want to sell apps to small businesses. We'll show you how. Ask Ed and he'll give you a demo. Social media is a massive part of a small business's strategy these days, and we've got our own platform called Blam Social that allows you to post to 6 different platforms all in one go. It's a monthly recurring revenue model again, massively important. Blam Social is so cool. We only really touch on it when it comes to this presentation. But Ed will show you how this market-leading product is exclusive to Blam partners and gives you a massive advantage over the competition again. Then we've got local SEO. Our team of SEO specialists are, really dedicated to helping search engine optimization work for our websites, which means that we want to get our customers at the top of Google. Another fantastic monthly recurring revenue model for our partners. Loads more stuff that we do. We're a full service agency effectively. We're the back office to all of our Blam partners. Our team is your team when you're a Blam partner. So content writing, design services, blogging, you name it, we can provide it. Speak to Ed and he'll tell you all about it. Our second pillar of 3 is our processes. It's our second why, because getting the processes nailed for our partners means that it's done for you. And Blam Connected is our own bespoke built system that manages our partners' business. That means there's a full resource center built inside it with all the information, the knowledge base that you need. They've got Blamability built into it, which is a motivation calendar that helps you track your daily activities to make sure you achieve success. All of your customers will be in there. You'll be able to see what you're paying for, what customers, what products and services you're selling them. This is completely unique to Blam, and it's an absolute game changer for Blam partners because it just takes care of so much of their day-to-day admin and it keeps everything visible for them in the dashboard. Then we've got the training. So there's a link straight from Blam Connected to our training platform. Now, Blam partners get a world-class training delivery provided by myself and some of the members of the team through video and a learning management system, meaning that you go through all of those trainings and at the end you get the Blam exam, which gives you that certified partner logo that you can use to show that you've been through the training that allows you to become a qualified marketer so that you can actually help those small businesses with our products and services. But not only that, guys, we give you the best digital marketing training on the planet. Now, at great expense, digital marketers who are considered to be the best trainers on the planet, we've partnered with them as a certified partner to make sure that every Blam partner gets all their courses, thousands of pounds worth of courses. So what we say, guys, is that when you become a certified Blam partner, you'll never need to buy any more training again, because we constantly over deliver in terms of the way that we do weekly training, but we also give you outsourced official training in marketing from the best marketers on the planet, the people that deliver this content. It's all you will ever need, because we want Blam partners to be the best trained digital marketing consultants on the planet, bar none. That is their goal. And then finally, our people, because all of this stuff needs to be facilitated by our team, and it's our third and final why. Absolutely so proud of the Blam team. They are awesome because, my team becomes your team when you become a Blam partner. And that means that you get access to all of our designers, account managers, social media, the list goes on. They're all your team. But this guy, you may recognize this fella, despite his long-winded introduction, is actually a real legend. And I want to tell you a bit about Ed, because you may not be aware of this. And if you go on the Blam journey, Ed's going to be the guy that holds your hand through the next steps. He's actually an ex-Blam partner. So he sat where you are now, handed over his hard-earned money after a deep dive, and became a Blam partner. So when you're talking to Ed, he knows exactly what it feels like to be sat where you are now. He's digital marketer trained, very, very highly trained by digital marketer directly. He's also a LinkedIn training expert, so can give you loads of marketing advice and expertise, and also a sales guru, a sales legend. This guy knows sales inside out. He's there to support you and help you make the right decision throughout your journey with Blam. And just bear in mind, guys, he used to be a Blam partner. I'm so delighted that he actually managed to join the management team. He's now director in the business. He's there for you because he knows what it takes to become successful, because he was a really successful Blam partner. And that's why we're so proud to have him as, you know, on the management team. So with that in mind, I just want to show you very briefly some of the other people that you might talk to at Blam. Head of production or drone will help you through the production process and of publishing and getting your jobs designed and published. Kobe's the tech support. He leads up tech support, heads up the development team. Fantastic customer support from Kobe, but you often have to speak to him about tech stuff so you don't have to get too techie. He'll sort it out for you. When it comes to search marketing, Jave is the man. He will even speak to your customers for you, as often happens, because again, you let us take care of the technicalities, whilst we look after the, you can look after your business. Same with Jay, head of content. We need content for websites. He'll do the writing. He'll liaise with your clients and make sure that everything gets done. He's a full-stack marketer as well, so everything gets done to best practice. And then we've got the designers, we've got developers, ad managers, and the success manager, all part of the team there to support partners. Because like I said, our goal, our number one goal, is to help our partners achieve sustainable success so that more Blam websites can be out there helping entrepreneurs around the globe. And I am there for you guys, because we do limit the amount of people that we onboard each month, because I'm the guy that helps you directly on a one-to-one basis achieve success in your business. When you become certified, you get handed over to me, and for the next 3 months, we work closely together to help you achieve sustainable success. With the team backing me up, this is what it's all about, guys. Hands-on service, trying to help people achieve success without any excuses. Because when you join Blam, guys, you're not on your own. Weekly sales training, you will get trained every week in sales training sessions, weekly product and support training like the one I did yesterday, 4 o'clock on a Wednesday, weekly sales training, 5 o'clock on a Monday. Mastermind groups, so you'll join mastermind groups so that you can mix with like-minded people, other partners, and you feed off each other's successes. One-to-ones with the support team, this is regular one-to-ones, making sure that you are understood with the way the processes, the systems work. Regular group posting, meaning that we've got our own closed group that we facilitate for you guys so that you can post on there, get support from other partners, very vibrant group. We run events. Ed's posted the link to the event that we ran on Friday. This is where we bring people together to help train you. So we had David Rahman, the mind coach. We had a partner success story. I brought in a social media guy who runs his own business to give you advice and help. I did a couple of presentations, and we finished off with a billionaire interview, guy who's a billionaire, runs a multi-billion-dollar business. And we did a live interview where partners got to ask him questions, a really, really rare opportunity. And that's the kind of thing that you get to do as a Blam partner, as well as special guest speakers on a regular basis. I've got one tomorrow, David Rahman. I'm having a chat with him tomorrow, 1:30. And then just to say, we're here for you guys. We often are accused of over-delivering. That's what we're going for. We want no excuses from Blam partners. We're there every step of the way. And that's what it's all about for us, supporting Blam partners. And that's why we've got positive feedback up to 100% most weeks. If we get a blip, it gives us an opportunity to improve, because that's what we're all about, guys. Helping our partners that can work from anywhere across the globe. As long as you've got an internet connection, a laptop, mobile phone, you are set up. And well, I don't need to tell you that, do I, guys? Because that's what we've been doing throughout the lockdown. So let me just finish off, guys, by giving you a bit of an overview about some of the partner testimonials. Now, I would recommend that you dive onto our blampartners.com website and check out some of the testimonials. I do regular interviews with partners. One I did live on Friday with one of our partners. They're from all different walks of life. There's no sort of cookie cutter partner, if you like. They're all different. Marius, he's from South Africa, absolutely smashing it at the moment. He's got a team of 3 or 4 at the moment. Ex-engineer, but in a area that some people say, South Africa's a difficult market to be in. He's proving the opposite, absolutely flying at the moment. Oops, wrong button. And then we've got people like Sherelle. This is actually Sherelle, who I interviewed on Friday. You'll see her if you look at the boot camp. This interview was done a while ago now, but she just sort of tells how, you know, she started her business and what to watch out for. You know, it's good advice on there about buying a franchise, actually. Mike DeMayo, this guy's hilarious. What a legend. He's an absolute maniac. We love maniacs here. It's one of our favorite words. He whittled us down from 2,500 franchises, based over in Florida, ex-corporate guy. He's now building up his team, doing great business over there. Just gave us a brilliant testimonial only last week, actually, for a job that we turned around for him and delivered really quickly. Love Mike, awesome guy. Andrew, I did this interview, guys, because Andrew's had multiple businesses and he's had franchise businesses before. So I wanted to get Andrew's take on Blam, just because, you know, it's good to get a different view. So he's an experienced business guy, which, you know, quite often our partners haven't been in business before, but sometimes they have. So John, another guy, you know, he's actually from a sales background, which sometimes can be a hindrance, because John had a system and a process that was completely opposite to our sales process, because he used to sell really expensive software to cruise ships, and the sales process could be over a year. If you did over a year sales process in our business, you'd be out of business pretty quickly. So we had to completely change his mindset. One of our top partners now, this guy.
Yeah, I spoke to him today. He's absolutely smashing it.
He's smashing it at the moment. He's just going from strength to strength. His biggest problem is you know, taking orders. He hasn't got the time. He's got too many orders to take. But he's hit his sweet spot at the moment. It didn't happen overnight, guys, and don't think it's easy. You know, he's been with us 18 months now, I'd say. You know, but see that interview, it'll tell you more about it. And we've got loads more of these testimonials. I did another one last week. And if you go into testimonials, just have a look and you'll see the variety of partners. The one thing, though, that I will say, guys, about all of these partners is they have got something in common. They are passionate about helping small businesses. Overwhelmingly, helping people, helping small businesses is what you hear from all partners. They've got this, they like the idea of helping small business owners, and you get a massive buzz out of selling somebody a product or a service that you know is going to do good. You know it's going to do good for their business. And that's, if you like the sound of that, get booked in with Ed. Now, Sarah, I'll divulge her name because I had a very emotional call with Sarah today, actually. I've got to tell you. That woman is awesome. She posted this at the beginning of lockdown. She's been with us 5 years now. And at the beginning of lockdown, she posted this in the Inner Circle group, because she had a business with residual income. She had monthly recurring revenue. So she posted this to sort of say to other partners, I have to say, Grant, I'm hugely grateful to Blam for encouraging me to build a business based on recurring monthly income, as I'm hoping it will help me weather this storm more easily than other businesses. I'm feeling very sorry for lots of people. Now, Sarah had MRR, monthly recurring revenue, but she also had 2 children that she needed to homeschool. So she didn't have the time to keep running her business throughout lockdown. It didn't matter because she's got MRR. So I'm getting a little bit choked up about Sarah, because I just had such an amazing call with her today. And I won't divulge, you know, what she told me, but she's just, we've changed her life. She won't mind me telling her that. She was overwhelmed with how much the boot camp influenced her and motivated her. Really? And she's just basically getting anybody she can get her hands on to watch it. So it's, you know, it's just nice to know that we've, you know, we're making a difference. We're making a difference. So MRR, this is what it's all about, guys. How much money can you earn? And Ed can show you this calculator to show you, based on your amount of time you can put into the business and your expectations, what you're likely to earn. But let me just give you...
This is not pie in the sky, make up as you go along. This has got to be realistic, worst case scenario, and then see if you can do it.
Anybody can do a business plan, guys. Anybody can do a spreadsheet. You can go on YouTube and tell people, if you do X, Y, and Z, you'll be driving a Lamborghini by this time next week. We've heard it all before. This isn't one of those businesses, guys. This is a proper business, and it's pretty simple. You know, we show you how to sell websites and apps and social media SEO to small businesses. We show you exactly how to do it. And if you do it, follow the instructions, in 12 months' time, you could have a recurring revenue of £6,600, 7,800 euros, or over 100,000 Rand, $8,200, or Canadian and Australian over 10,300 a month going into your bank account after you've paid us. That's what you could be looking at. And that's just following, this is a basic, let's sell one website a week. One of them comes with an app, one of them comes with SEO. You know, we've got some partners that would, you know, think that was rubbish. We've got some partners that would love it, and everything in between. But if you apply the process, that would be basic. That would be a standard. In 2 years' time, guess what, guys? That monthly recurring revenue will be double. Now, Ed will run through this in more detail. He'll show you how those numbers come about. He'll show you what we charge and how we do it. But if that is attractive to you, a monthly recurring revenue that can pay you loads more than you would be earning from a salaried job, and it keeps coming whether you keep selling or not, now's the time to book on with Ed and get yourself on the deep dive. I'm going to talk to you now about what it's going to cost to get on board, so you get an understanding of the financials. But before I do, guys, at some people at this stage have heard enough and they want to sort of leave the seminar, and that's absolutely fine. But don't go without remembering, you know, if you are in business, you're in sales. Please remember that. Remember the blue ocean strategy. Try and make your business in a category of one, an MRR, monthly recurring revenue. And for those of you that still here, let me show you what it's going to cost to get on board and the deal that we are running this month, because we have got a deal running this month. You've arrived at a good time for us. We did this deal because it's our end of year, and we've got, you know, we've got the excitement of the new year ahead for us. It's the way our accounts work. So we've done a deal to get things kick-started. Let me tell you what's included. Now, in the package, you get the Blam Partner Certification Program, which is the online training that you can access 24/7 that will get you certified, along with all of the support that you get from me and my team, exclusively to Blam Partners. It's worth over £20,000 sterling. And it is invaluable. You can't get it anywhere else but the Blam Partnership Program. All the secrets on how to run that digital marketing agency, the training videos, the resource center, the sales collateral. We will build you your own website with your own logo, your own brand. We're trading as a Blam certified partner. You get all the marketing collateral to go with it. And it's all included in the package today, as well as the digital marketing training system. That's 11 courses. So that's 11 courses that give you all the knowledge you will need to become what we call a full stack digital marketer. Now, it's worth over £5,000. We pay for that for you from Digital Marketer so that you've got all the training you need. Blam Social Training, so that means you get the resource center and all the training to be able to sell the Blam Social package to enable your customers to manage their social media professionally, worth over £2,000. Included in the package. Exclusive access to the Blam management team. That means I will give you my personal mobile number. You will have full access to me and the ability to book time in my diary whenever you need me. And that is priceless, because I'm there to help you guys, and it is really, really important in the early stages of your business. The accountability program, multi-mind group. That means that you will be put into a multi-mind group with other partners. It's worth over £5,000 sterling, because you will be getting the benefit of that monthly engagement with like-minded people who are all on that trajectory to success. Live training with myself and Ed. We go live twice a week with the training, as well as other things. So Ed does a cold calling club and a few other bits and bobs. It's exclusive to Blam Partners, worth well over 5,000 sterling, because we're there for you every week, and it's always live and interactive. And then access to the Blam Partner deals, meaning that deals are put together for Blam Partners so they can go out and make more sales. The one that we've just run for partners meant that every website that they sold came bundled with a free mobile app. Can you believe the value of that? And we did that for our partners. We designed all the collateral, all of the marketing material to go with it, the press releases and everything that goes in social media, etc. It's worth over 4,000. We did all that, and it's included in the package. And then the do it for you, the DIFI, we call it, do it for you design service. Now, this is the big one, guys. I talked to you about this before, but our team are your team. Everybody in the back office are there to support our partners, designers, developers, account managers, support, tech support. They're there for you. And that means that no matter how many websites you send to us in a month, we design them for you, and there's no extra charge. It's all included. For all those websites and apps that we develop, it is a one-off fee. Now, the fee this month only is significantly reduced. So it's just our monthly fee for the Diffie package. If you speak to Ed, he'll tell you £48,000 a month is what he would have been paying before he joined Blam, when he was running his digital agency, outsourcing to freelancers. We can save you that, and it is a significant reduction. So the value of all of that, when you add it up, £90,000 a month, beg your pardon, £90,000 in total value, over 130 US, which is over 100,000 euros, over 2 million rand, and over 160,000 Canadian or Australian. Massive amount of value, guys. That's what you get when you join. The investment, though, I'm sure you've seen the price already. We are doing a deal this June, and if you want to get on this, you need to book in with Ed. I'll tell you what next steps are in a minute. But we are rolling up with a deal that is saving over $6,000 US, over 5,400 sterling, over 10,000 Canadian or Australian, over 100,000 rand, and over 4,000 euros. It's just for this month. We do have 3 slots left. I can only coach 6 people a month, guys. That's why we limit it. Sounds like a sales spin. It is what it is. You will get full access to my diary and to my phone. Any more than 6 partners, I'm going to start to get overwhelmed. We've got 3 slots left this month, and we've got lots of proposals pending. So we tend to gather momentum this time of month. So if this is exciting to you, and the price there, whatever currency you're in, we work in your currency, by the way. We're multinational companies, international companies, so we always charge you in your currency. But if you're excited by this, if you like the idea of it, if you want to work with me and my team, the next steps are to get that demo with Ed, because you might go through it, Ed, it might not be for you. There's no obligation, but you need to have a deep dive. When you've had that demo with Ed, if you like the look of it, to lock the deal in, we need to get the proposal signed. You'll get a proposal that you can look at. Then we need to sort out the payment. Now, we do payment plans. There are plenty of options around the payment. If the upfront fee is not affordable to you, chat with Ed. Don't let that stop you, because there are ways and means. If you're in the UK, we do have access to funding. We're an established business here, guys, so we've got ways and means. What we're really looking for are partners that are motivated by this opportunity, who want to make a difference. So talk to us, guys. Talk to us. Because then the onboarding begins. We can get people up and training. I need to change that, actually. We did have one partner who was trading within a week. He was a maniac. We love him, but he was trying. I don't recommend it because I don't think he slept.
Yeah.
However, usually we're talking a month. Within a month, you could be trained.
3 to 4 weeks would be.
Yeah.
Be good.
So if you
really
like
awesome.
the sound of this, I am happy to take questions, and I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this. Thanks for listening, and happy to take questions.
We made it to the end. I'm just going to quickly wrap up. If you're watching this live, stay with us for the Q&A. If you're watching this on the rerun, again, that link is in the description there. Please like and share the video if you want. Yeah, we're free for questions right now.
Brilliant. So if any of you want to unmute and do questions one-to-one with me, more than happy.